And Sheriff Jim, he's telling her the story of, every lawman basically has, they figure out they have one reason why they became a lawman, why God chose them to be a lawman, right?
Yeah.
And he never found his purpose, basically. He never found that for himself.
But he
He
thought he did when they found
Yeah,
that girl that was tied up in that chair, and then I think it was the governor was gonna have some type of parade for him, to be a medal, but 2 days prior to that happening, there was a terrible accident. Semi hit her and her dad in a car, and they both perished.
yeah,
So all
no
that never
parade.
happened.
Right, yeah. It is, yeah, I would imagine if you're a young cop and you have something like happen to you, it would just probably take the wind out of your sails. As
Yeah.
far as like, what am I even doing here? Because life is so random and awful, like, So maybe that's why he was maybe not an effective sheriff going forward. But yeah, after that tragic story, he's like, "Hey, this missing person, this is gonna be my last chance, my last opportunity to be the one that kind of defines my career." And he's basically has this calling of God that he's gonna,
Yeah.
you know, uh, solve this case before the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
Um,
ambitious.
yeah, it is. So he winds up going back to this cornfield later at night to investigate. And I guess we'll just take a look here at what ends up happening. Exit Sam Neill done already?
Dude, I don't know if I'm upset or if I'm not shocked. I feel it's almost bait and switch
A little bit, yeah.
because he was pushed so heavy in all the trailers and all the anticipation for the show, and then they give us 25 minutes maybe of them, and then
Yeah, as far as all the marketing or much of the marketing leading up to the show, this poster that's behind me that I put, there's only basically two big poster images for this show so far. One of which is our thumbnail of Anisha, the mother, and her two children running down that street or whatnot. And then the other one is Sheriff Jim standing in this cornfield,
looking up, yeah.
and he seems to be done already. I mean, that seems to be like he was killed by something. It was the
Y-
predator. I don't know, some kind of cloaking device on it. I don't know.
Well,
Weird.
he was in the middle of that circle, and he was looking for those kids. He looked up at the sky, saying, "Give me a sign, let me know something." He starts hearing things, and then he sees things starting to move in the sand. So he starts digging,
Hmm.
and the next thing you know, whatever's in that sand came up behind him. I don't know if it got him in the back of the neck, got him in the head. Just a kill shot,
Yeah.
and he was down. And you look up and you see that, like, yeah, like a cloaked ship, just kind of take off into nothing again. So
Now we don't revisit Oklahoma. We don't revisit this storyline for the remainder of these other two, one, two, three episodes. The remainder of these first three episodes, we don't come back to the story at all. Like that's it. We don't follow up with the new sheriff. We don't see if Sam Neill is actually deceased. But my assumption is he's done, right? He's gone.
yeah, I've got a feeling we're done with that storyline altogether, unless they somehow circle back where NASA is not involved yet.
Hmm.
There's the Japanese version or Japan's version of NASA, but
Yeah,
I've got a
JASA,
feel is that yeah,
I
it's
guess.
yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Uh, so I was like, okay, if now NASA gets involved and then they hear of this, phenomenon that happened out there,
Hmm.
there may be some type of investigation. We may revisit it, but
Yeah.
unless that takes place, I think we may be done with the Oklahoma, storyline.